Hey friends, it's Nicole. Welcome to week 32 of Theme Park Thursday Series 2. And today we are writing the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. I really wanted to use a hexagon design. I feel like I kind of lost my hexagons in all the pictures that are on here, but I started out with hexagons. This is a weird page for me because I used the gingham background paper, but it's on that line for me that it's got way too much going on, but it's still missing something. So this isn't necessarily one that I love as much as I've loved some of them, but I love the pictures, I love the story, and I love the hexagons and the bees. So I hope that you will stay tuned. I didn't have as many disasters as I had last week, but I still had a little trouble figuring out what I wanted to do, especially because the paper pack that I originally wanted to use, I decided for reasons that I couldn't use it. So stay tuned to figure out how my brain got from all that to this. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of pictures from Winnie the Pooh. I have some in the ride. I keep thinking that I'm not going to take pictures in the ride because, I want to enjoy the ride, but I enjoy the ride when I take pictures, So I have more than I will use, and they've got these super bright colors. I'm not exactly sure what to do with that. And I've got some pictures of this little shop. That's so cute. That might be the line in the ride. There's the entrance in the ride. Some really bad selfies from in our little honey pots. Oh, that's kind of a good one. And that's a good one of all of us together. Okay. So I could do a layout just of these pictures of us in the ride, 6 photos, maybe with that on it. I've got this one of Katie and Aubrey in the line, Princeton, of course. That one and that one. And then all these extras. And I have to admit that when I pulled the pictures out before I started the video, and I thought, oh, I should grab some paper so I don't have to, leave the camera running and go do that and edit it out later. And of course, I was drawn to Be Mine, which was from a million years ago, January of 2018 was Be Mine, but it's got this honeycomb paper, and it's got little honeycombs and bees, and it's a Valentine paper pack, but I've used it for Disney a lot because of the honeycomb, and because there's one that looks like little jewels, which goes with the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, unless I don't have any of that left, which I might not actually. And the flowers, it just all seems to go. I guess the jewels are gone. There's a jewel. But then I went back on YouTube and I looked up Theme Park Thursday Series 1, and I used Be Mine for the Winnie the Pooh ride at Disney World. So we're not going to use Be Mine. So then I thought, well, bees, honey. I pulled out my embossed hexagon, my bumblebee punch, and then the bugs trio punch, which has a different bee, which is probably too many bee punches for any one person. And I thought, oh, well, we could do something kind of with a spring theme, because kind of bees. And so I pulled out Spring Medley, partly because I have a lot of it. You guys know how my goal is to use up a lot of this old paper. So this might work. It's got some dandelion puffs, and I got some stuff that's already cut, obviously. So I could use that. And then I found this Rainbow Gradients Best Hit because I was looking at this picture and I love the bright colors in this, but we don't have anything really that's got the pink and the purple and those exact colors. Some of these are similar, but I don't think that's it. And then I found Sunflower Fields. I didn't know I had any of this Sunflower Fields paper left. I think it's a whole pack, actually. This is from, September 23. That's not that old. And now it's kind of Winnie the Pooh. I was drawn to this yellow paper with the sunflowers. But the one that I did in Series 1, and I will, if I remember, I'll link to that in the comments in case you want to watch that without having to search for it, was kind of yellow and pink. And so maybe I do need to just stick with Spring Medley. I can't think of anything else that that matches it. And really, maybe I don't use this picture of the inside of the ride, because I've done lots of inside of the ride pictures before, and I have so many other pictures. Maybe I leave off all these inside of the ride, except maybe this one, which I kind of like, with the little bee elephants. And all of these, I mean, I still have enough for a full layout, and then I can use whatever colors I want. So I have this, but I also have this giant hexagon. And then we have a little hexagon that's inside the heart. So this is retired. This was from a while ago. And this one is still current. It's in the gemstone pattern. So it could be kind of fun to do something with this big hexagon, kind of a honeycomb shape. And then maybe some little hexagons. The one thing I don't love about using a hexagon from the custom cutting system is that you have to have a rounded corner. I kind of like the idea of a not rounded corner. And all of a sudden I'm like thinking, oh, I bet I could make a hexagon by folding my paper and cutting it. And I don't want to do that. Last week I spent way too much time doing silly things. I think I want to do something maybe with these kind of hexagons. I've seen a lot of hexagon layouts lately on Pinterest, probably because I happened to see one, I pinned it, and it was cute, and now it's like Pinterest is like, oh, she loves hexagons. So, and I mean, I kind of do, and we don't use like these shapes very often. They don't get a lot of love. The heart probably more than the hexagon. The little heart, if you have the little heart, it has the egg shape in it. So when it comes to be Easter, if you need Easter eggs, this little inside of that little heart does that Easter eggs. I think I want to try and use Spring Medley just because I really do have a lot of it. And I don't do a lot with these colors. I'll move these guys out of the way, and we may come back to these punches. Because seriously, I have 2 bee punches. Why do I have 2? I don't, I mean, I buy them all, so kind of like that dark blue. I don't have much for, ooh, I like that. That's what happens is, I find one paper that I really like, and then I have a couple papers that I don't like that much. I don't mind this little crosshatch. I don't mind the gray. That could kind of go, and it also has the crosshatch. This must have been a tone on tone. Not really flowers, girl. And I used flowers last week. I only got one. Oh, I do like the dark blue. One of these. So when I put my papers away, I kind of try to organize them so that if I have 2 of the same, I put them next to each other. Here's where I was apparently practicing with my circle. This was an error in cutting because now these don't go together. This could have been really cool if I would have cut this in a way that these could go together. But okay. More of these blues. I got a lot of this ginghamy stuff. So what if we did something ginghamy as a background? It was at night, so maybe I used the blue gingham as a background. And then I could cut a hexagon out of this darker blue. And could we fit like a couple of photos in here? That one's inside the ride. Maybe I don't need all the photos of us in the little car. I want the one that we're all together. This one. Yeah, I don't know about that. So sometimes it's hard because like now I've got in my head I want to use this. And so I'm designing a layout around this when really what I want to do is design around my photos. I think I'm not going to use both of these pictures because this one is really pixely and this one's not so bad. So if I put that one aside, and I don't know, I kind of do like this one, the girls in Princeton being silly. I kind of like that one, but we have this one that's all of us together. And that one's all of us together. What do I want to do? You know, I brought this iPad downstairs, but it was my daughter. She handed it down to me, and it won't keep a charge. So I plugged it in for a minute, but it's only got 6% battery. So I don't know what we're gonna do. If I can find any layouts at 6%. All right, I'm only at 6%. Turn my light off again. See if it will. It might not work. I think it was this one that I saw. Yeah, sorry, that I really liked with kind of the big hexagon here and then smaller, different sized hexagons on the other side. But they're all like an inch, and I wouldn't be able to do like the bigger one. I'd have to cut an inch. That one I kind of like with the 2 little hexagons and a half a hexagon. Maybe do something like that with the smaller hexagon. And yes, I do have a board called Scrapbook Hexagon. This one, I like that one, which has the big hexagons with the little ones behind it. This one with the little hexagon poking out. This one's from Janine Doyle. She did a cool thing with the hexagon and the Baroque frame punch, but I don't know how she did that. But I do like kind of this hexagon thing. And I feel like this could be really cool, a cool look, and just kind of have the hexagons in the back. So the battery's not going to last, so I'm going to just have to remember something like this. But again, it comes back to that I don't have all those different sizes of hexagon. I'd be able to do this one, but I'd only be able to have a 1/2 inch to make a small one. Ugh. And this, you know, the outside one would take up most of the page. I wonder if the little hexagons would fit inside. 1, 2, I don't think they would. Hexagon, you'd have to do like a 4-leaf clover type deal. And I don't love that idea. But I do want to incorporate this somehow. And I actually don't know if these 2 blues look that great together. Not feeling all that inspired. Got the dark blue background. Maybe I like the dark blue, and then that goes better with this, goes better with that. And I could do like this. I don't want to use too much of that same little print though. That's kind of the downside to some of these tone-on-tone paper packs when they only have a couple of patterns. Oh, I only have that tiny piece left of this. I do like that cloud paper. I like this one too, but there's, oh, it's the back of the flowers. So there's hardly any of it left, but. All right, let's start with, I'm gonna hate to waste the paper if I don't like it, but we learned last week that I can make it work, right? So let's start by cutting a hexagon. And I'm going to cut, I think I'll use the red blade. And I'm gonna cut, you could do it either way. You could do it like point, I guess it doesn't matter, because if I do it point to point and straight on the sides, that's almost the same as doing it point to point sides and straight on top and bottom. For whatever reason, I feel like this straight on the top and bottom matches me better. It says old on it. That means I replaced my blade at some point because I felt like it wasn't cutting right. But this is the one that I have in my little bin, so hopefully it will cut well enough to do this. These are a little bit harder. These, the circles are my favorite, but to go around the corner can be a little tricky. So make sure you got both feet in the groove. I just felt it slide. All right, that felt mostly okay. And now I'm just gonna make sure I don't move anything, and we'll do the inside so that I get my perfectly aligned. These little feet things are supposed to grab it, but I'm using my fingers, I'm using my forearm. Yeah, see right there, I felt it like double cutting. All right, now I'm gonna just pick it up and make sure I cut all the way through before I move my pattern. Okay, there we go. So I could use this, or I could use this. I could use this on one side and this on the other side. And that's why I like to always center it when I'm cutting. I could have scooted it down a little bit more, but this gives me these options now of having an inside piece and an outside piece. I don't think I like these two sides together. So this is the part where I'm just going to sit and stare at it for a minute and see if anything inspires me, and put my blade away. I cut my finger like a week and a half ago, and it still hurts. Cut it right along the fingernail, and yeah, anyway, sorry. So if you notice the Band-Aid, that's why. All right, I'm seeing this. I feel like I want to do something with this. Kind of like that. Lost the other backing page. All right, there it is. Got this other piece I can use somehow. This other piece. Check this out. If I didn't have this whole matte work surface, I would definitely be using two mats. You can see right here where I kind of overcut it, that a little bit of that white background is showing through. I don't know which way. I kind of like it better with the stripes lining up like that. What do you think? Send me your ESP, y'all. Okay, and then I could do this Winnie the Pooh. I don't love that because you got these empty spaces on the side. Maybe I put a solid piece behind that. I just pulled this out of my scrap bin. I don't know that it's the color I would use, but just to kind of see if I like it better with a little color, a little solid behind it. Maybe. Or maybe I put these on top. Maybe I do it like that so that I have the points on the side. I definitely want to use the hexagon. Do I want to use the other piece of the hexagon though? Yeah, again, going around the corners, I kind of curved my blade a little bit, so a little of that white core is shining through. I'll have to make sure that I hide it somehow on here. And of course the string. I never can get it to line up perfectly. There's got to be a trick. So far nobody can tell me what it is. All right. Kind of like this, except this hexagon is going one direction and the other one's going another way. And I think they need to both go in the same direction. But now I think maybe I do want this one. I think this is the back of the honey pots. Yeah, see somebody's sitting there and then there's a little guys right on the back of the honey pots. And then this is in the little gift shop afterwards where this might have been the trip where we were freezing and we bought Michelle a very cute little pair of sweatpants in that gift shop. I might need some more little hexagons because I don't have any stickers or embellishments to go with this Spring Medley, I don't think. I tend to be someone who loves paper and not necessarily, like the stickers. And so often I end up with a lot of paper after all my other stickers and things are long gone. So that's kind of why. That one's really blurry. That's not going in. I do kind of like this one that I had thrown to the side. I wanted to tuck this behind here, but maybe I just cut it along the outside edges. And that goes right there. Or I bring this all down here. This is kind of my title. needs to go. That's inside. That's inside. I could cut this down quite a bit, actually. Oh, maybe I could cut it with this hexagon. I could give me my little hexagon, but I'd have to decide for sure before I cut this which way I want my hexagons to go. If I want them to be point up and down, or if I want them to be horizontal on top and bottom. So I think I could do that. And this guy could come down here for the little gift shop. I don't want to cut his face off though, so I've got to bring him up a little bit more. And then this would just go behind, like that. And then I could do the bees. And I don't know that I'll do the hexagons because they're pointy. I could use the blue blade and cut some little smaller hexagons. This is that 2 horizontal, 2 vertical thing that I love to do because you get a little space in the middle. Don't love that right there. But I guess you do kind of see the hexagon shape still, even if I do it like that. Oh, but I don't have a place for this little guy now. Oh, I can put it right in the middle. Let me cut one of these out of paper. Recognize this one? We've been using this paper for a few weeks now. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep the angle so that the straight sides are top and bottom and it goes pointy on the sides, but just in case. Not only will this let me have a little positioner, but it will also show me how this will look if I cut it. Which I think would be good. Oh, you know what? I turned the light off and I can actually see my other light is giving enough light that, hey, I don't need to have that annoying ring light all the time. Okay. Drop my picture on the floor. Thankfully it landed face down because I rolled right over it with my chair. But I think it's okay. All right. Oh, I could cut these little guys in hexagons. The smaller hexagons. I could have them kind of up 1 and 2 around. That could be fun. Okay, I'm liking that. And this one, was there anything else? No, that's the same as that. Okay. Now I'm not doing a border around the page, which is a little hard for me. I do love that little picture of Princeton. That's so him to like be in there peeking out. So this weekend, I'm going to be pre-recording my next 3 videos. So this is week 32. So 33, 34, and 35 are all going to be pre-recorded and launched while I am in Japan. So we are super excited about going to Japan. I will try, depending on what like the Wi-Fi situation and stuff is while we're over there, I will try to just do a quick little pop-in video and say, hey, here I am. And here's the cool things we're seeing. But because of that, my husband is not able to go with me on the Creative Memories trip to Mexico, to Cabo in April, because he has to work for the man. I work for myself, and so I can take more time off if I need to. I've got my customers that will hold down the fort while I'm gone if need be. And I kind of like that on the hexagon. Nope, that's going to cut off Alex's face. Anyway, I've already heard from a couple of the other ladies going on the trip that they are disappointed that he is not going with us, which I think is very sweet. Okay, how about that? Cut those little edges off. That's not a great picture of Aubrey, but the picture of Princeton is so cute. I can't not do it. That'll teach you guys for taking selfies in line and adding them to the shared album. What was down here? Oh, I think there was another picture of us together. Did it fall down too? Ah, it's stuck to the bottom of this. Oh yeah, that one. That's a cute one. I like that one a lot. Hold on, this way. Okay, I'm kind of okay with this. Maybe this scoots down a little bit. And then this will go right here. And then the little bees will come up here and maybe down here. So I think the first thing I need to do is stick these pictures to this hexagon. In a way that doesn't chop off my husband's head. I kind of want this to be right along the top. I think I'll go a smidge over. I think I need a paper behind it. So I'll pull out this little scrap from Gingerbread Fun, and I will cut it with that same hexagon. I did it with the red blade on the out. Oh, so that's the closest one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be lazy, and I'm going to take my pencil because this is not going to show. And then I'm just going to cut this. Oh, I could use my trimmer, but I don't think I need to. I'm going to cut it inside. So I know that this will be smaller than the outside, but bigger than the inside. It'll give me a base. Oh, except I don't want that because I want the blue to show through. Darn it. Urgh. Okay, so that was not what I wanted, because I want this to go behind whatever that picture of where that picture of him is. This has got to be the first one. That can't go there. I don't want to cut off too much of Alex. think that's what I want, is to have that here. All right, so how do I make sure that this is all straight? This goes on here. I guess I need to stick this. No, but then I won't be able to trim these guys off. Oh, sorry, Hexagon, wasted paper. Oh, I don't know where I want it on the page either. I kind of want it down here on the page. So let's put this 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch from the bottom of the page. This is right here. Apparently this was not quite a straight paper. So I got my new Repo Jumbo Tape Runner. If you have one of these and you're having trouble getting this little cap off, the secret is to kind of push it with your thumbs, and then it just comes right off. And I do still have this one, but you know, if they have a green one, I have to have a green one. So how can I do this? I'll just do it along the top. And we'll just start it with the top. Right about there. Actually, I'm going to line this up with this edge of the paper. And then I think almost the whole top of this. So I'll put this right on here. Hope this is now long enough. Oh, that's still going to cut out. Oh no, I was going to do it like this. Oh, now it's too tall. Uh-oh, and I've put Repo on it. So just down like that. And right like that. So it's just covering here. How do I make it straight? Maybe I did need this paper in the back. All right, Alex, we'll cut the side of your shirt off right there, but none of the rest of you. Okay, so that's not working at all. I'll just cut that section out. I don't want there to be any white showing though, either right here. Okay. We'll stick that on. And now I can stick this onto here. There we go. That worked. And now we will oh so carefully line those up. I think I need to put, we're basically going to weld these pictures together. I'll just put that on right there like that. Oh, except I didn't want to stick this down yet because I got to put that blue paper behind it. Oh well. Take that little teeny snip off. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because I'm going to, it's still going to show right there. All right, there's my little hexagon shape. And then this piece, although now I'm kind of liking the flowers, which is not like me because I don't usually like flowers. Nope, it's going to be the blue. Right about like that. About 2 inches in. Yeah, okay. Oh, I think it's going to be so much nicer to have a green one instead of the blue one. So I'll know which one is which. All right, and I do want to make sure that my gingham backgrounds line up. I think that they're pretty much the same all the way around. But I've got this one kind of going that way, so I'm going to put this one on that side. And then this guy will put 2 inches in. Except I want it to kind of cover up, or not cover up. I think I'll do it like that. So it's at the 1/4 inch line right there. I don't think this is quite straight, but that's going to work for right there. I could probably take this little piece off right now, then I'm going to stick it all down, but oh well. And then so that I can get this, just make sure that that looks like it's straight. All right. The other one, I don't have a straight line, and I guess I didn't need the ruler on the mat anyway because I lined it up with the grid line. So this one I want down in this bottom corner. And I, again, want to show some of the grid pattern. The gingham. Is this gingham? Yes, it's not plaid, it's gingham. We'll do that one right there, and then we'll do this one up here. Okay. And this can go down here at the bottom. I kind of wish I would put this one up there now instead of this one, but I already trimmed it, so too late. Sorry. This is more of a focal point picture because we're all in it. And again, I'm pulling it down a little bit because of this gingham behind it. I tuck this behind. Kind of like that tucked behind. That's not straight. One of these isn't straight anyway. And it's this one. Right, and I'll put this one right down here. Where's my spacer. Do I line that up with that outside edge, or do I not? I don't think I want to. I think I want to make this a little bit bigger. And then we're going to, oh so cautiously, cut this picture out. I think the magical thing about this is that I am not taking pictures in here. Only Michelle is. So they actually had already ridden this when we were off having our nap. Discovered later after we shared photos that they rode it twice, but that was nice of them to ride it again with us. All right, that cut fine. And I cut it with the red, so I can't actually even, I was thinking I might need to do a little tiny mat around it, but I can't because I use the red, and that's the closest. If I would have done it in green, which I kind of wish I would have, the only way I could do that is if I like really stuck this guy back together good. Cut it in green so I could have a little mat. Remember when I tried to do that with something recently and it just caused a disaster? But I feel like it's blending in now in a way that I don't love. It gets lost. So let's see if we can Actually, I think we need to do it this way. Waste a whole bunch of this adhesive. And put this back on. I really don't want this to slide. All right, now I'm going to use the green. I'm going to try to line up as close as I can to what it was before, and hopefully it is stuck down hard enough that it's not going to slide as I'm trying to cut it. And yes, I know, pictures are like 20 cents. I could go to Walgreens and get them to print me a new one. So if I mess it up, that's my plan B. I will get a new one. It might not cut all the way through the cardstock layer, and I don't even care if it does. I'm pushing way harder than I normally do. The picture seems to be staying put because I put like more adhesive than I put on all the rest of the pictures on the layout together. Go back the other direction. Okay. Oh, ta-da! It worked. Oh, that was scary. Now I need a little piece of something to mat that in. This one. And that one. This flower one. I think I want this other blue, and it looks like I tried to cut it for something else. So now, since I cut that one with green, now I can come back with the red and get the the next size piece. And that is something I need to be better at thinking about before I cut. I really did save my cutting for quite a while. I should just always learn to cut with the green blade. Whenever I cut a picture, always use the green blade on the inside or even on the outside, because on the outside you could still mat the other way with the blue blade. So, ugh. All right, one of these days I'll learn my lesson. And now we can say goodbye to this paper who has served us well for 3 episodes. Uh-oh. Like, where'd my picture go? There it is. And I can take this off. Goodness sakes, I'm not going to. It's stuck on there good. And this little piece is kind of flopping up. Oh yeah, this will be way better. There you go. Much better with the little mat around it. We're gonna just give this guy a speck of adhesive. I like that, I like that, I like that. Okay, now I need to do my 2 little bees, and I'm going to do them with the blue blade. So they'll be small. And then if I want to mat them, I can mat them with the green blade. If I decide we need to mat them, I still have enough of this same blue. We could use that. It's a little harder to figure out exactly where the cut is going to be. So I'm just going to try and center this guy. And my the template's gone off a little bit on the edge, but that's all right because I know that the blue blade comes in quite a bit. The blue blade is also one of the easier ones to not get both feet in the groove because there's a bigger space between the blade and the feet. Maybe I need to cut some more pieces from those other pictures we didn't use. Oh yes, I like it. It's cute. Is that going to be the right size for this too? Yes. Perfect. It's funny, I'm like lining it up with my little mat just to make sure that it's straight, but I'm sure that my camera wasn't exactly straight when I took the picture. Just kind of Oh, was I going to do some bees? I was going to do some bees maybe. All right. So I picked this guy up and I don't know where the other one went. Oh, right here. Okay. Like that one down there, and this one up here, maybe? Maybe this one up here, because this one's orange. I guess I could journal down here a little bit. Maybe I want a little hexagon. I could even use that one, except it's white. I don't think I want the white. It's glowing. Do I mat these two? I think I like this little guy. I want to cover it up, but that's the middle of the line, so I can't put it all the way over there. I can put it right here. And I can put this one down here. Down here. I don't know. Over here. Maybe not matted. One of the nice things about doing this on video is that I got my monitor screen over here, so I can look at it. I can get an overall view of what my layout looks like without having to stand up. I feel like I need a third something. Wouldn't mind a little Tigger. I actually wouldn't mind a little Pooh. That could be cute up there. And I could even do a small one of these. Get some more of these little hexagons. Owl's a little blurry. That little Pooh is kind of cute too. All right, I think I'm going to do that. A Tigger, this one. I am going to cut this one and see how it goes. Yeah. So, you know, it is kind of nice sometimes to, oh, I want to do this with the green though, so just in case. It is kind of nice to, I'll have to cut off too much, to print those extra pictures, because you never know what you might end up deciding to do. So for this one, I'm going to put the blade in the track, and then I'm going to kind of turn my head, and I'll be able to see where the blade is touching on the photo, just to make sure that I've got as much of this in the photo as I can. I'll make sure that that little corner goes on, even though I'm going to cut off Pooh's hand a little bit on the pointy side, but it's green, so if I need to mat it, I can. And he'll be bigger than the other ones, which I'm going to cut with the blue. Oh, sorry, little hand, little Pooh. And then these little guys I'll do with the blue. So I am getting my wish of doing hexagons. Yay! Oh, and this one too. I just saw Tigger, but I want to get Piglet in there. So same thing. I'm just gonna make sure that when I put this down, the edge of my blade is still on the picture. You know, it's funny. I'm sitting here like putting this on top of my layout and thinking about, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't work right on top of my layout. I know there are a lot of people who use the scrap and easel thing. I bought one of those. Actually, I asked for it for Christmas one year. My mom bought it for me, and it didn't win me over. So I'm curious to know who uses that scrap and easel. Do you use it all the time? Do you just use it for some layouts? And is it because of situations like this where you want to have your layout mostly laid out, but you need to have a workspace? I don't know. That one. And I don't know that I'm going to use this one, but just in case I will. I'm still going to kind of center him. Make sure this is on. The little one is easier to keep straight for some reason than the big one, which always wanted to roll around. Okay, there we go for all of those. I think this is going to be what I needed, because this is going to act as those embellishments. I almost am not going to need any other embellishments because I can use these little colorful hexagon guys. So I can put this down here. I can put this up here. Is that too much over here and like too empty right here? I don't necessarily like these two lined up right next to each other. I don't mind it like that, except he's going off the paper. Urgh. I don't want to go too far. I feel like I need something up here, but I don't want to cover these guys up. Maybe like that. Those two are a little close. And now it's getting busy and it's getting too... Remember we used to talk about the old sticker sneeze? I don't want the sticker sneeze. I kind of want some clusters, I guess. Oh, it's a bit much. Oh, I don't love this right here. This empty space in the middle. I almost wish I wouldn't have trimmed that picture. Oh, I thought that was a scrap of a picture I left. I do like this one better, I think, the bigger one. And I don't think I want to mat them. I just want them to kind of blend in. That's not, that's all right, I guess. It feels all of a sudden really busy, more than I wanted it to be. Which I guess it was going to be busy anyway with that plaid background paper, gingham. All right, I'm just going to move these guys around a little bit. This, like, I can't do this. These two right next to each other, it's killing me. I don't like 2 and 2 right there. If this were a single page layout, I would be okay with this. But not like that, because that would be 4. But then this one feels too busy, and this one doesn't feel like enough. Those two, I don't want them to be the same. Like, they're not quite the same height, but they're close enough that they're annoying me. I can't go up too much higher or too much lower. This empty white space right here is annoying me. What if I scoot this over? Okay, that still gives me gives me 4. So maybe this, no, that can't be a cluster right there unless I move it over. Oh, it's too much. It's too much with all of these little mini hexagons. But now it doesn't have enough. I can't find the balance between too much and not enough. I do like this guy kind of up here. All right, this I like better. A 3, a 1, except I kind of like Pooh up there. Still, I've got empty spaces that are irking me. I don't like white space to the middle. Like, I don't like there to be, I feel like your eye is drawn to the place that doesn't have anything. Ugh. All right, what about that one? I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Clear this visual clutter out of here and see if that helps me see it better. Part of me is thinking they all need to be matted, and that's part of why I don't like them, because they're getting lost in the busy background, and that the little bit of matte would make them stand out. I just don't know if I can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mats on here. I think I have more of this paper though. Oh, what the heck. Let's cut some more. Maybe this one needs to be something different because it's blending into that background. But that means these are going to blend into the background too. It's got to be in that space that's irking me. Maybe I just need not a picture in there. All right, I have this little piece. And I organized all the papers, so like all the same papers are together. I got no more of this and no more of this, which was that green floral. I don't want to do a green. I don't want that white flower. I don't like, none of these other colors are right. Like this one could be that blue. Darn it. The problem with using old scrap papers. Actually, this one is probably okay without a mat. That one's okay without a mat. That one's okay without a mat. And that one's okay without a mat. Maybe. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just mat a couple of these. And I'm gonna call it good. I don't love it. It feels cluttered. It feels like it, and it still needs something else. Maybe I do need some bees. And I don't know what color. Black and, you know, yellow. Real bee colored. All right, we're gonna do it. I thought this was gonna be a fast layout. All right, I don't mind this too much with the with only a couple of them being matted and the others not being matted. Because that kind of gives the illusion of a mat right there and an illusion of a mat right there. So it's just this one little guy down here that doesn't have a mat. But I think having Winnie the Pooh right there at the top is fun. And we'll stick this guy down. And look, I have this one extra piece. I could have, it's the cut one. I could have used it somewhere. All right, but it needs something. It needs something to kind of offset all of these. And I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to cut these little angles off too. What do you think? I think I do. Let's see if I can do it while it's already stuck down to the page. Yep, I cut the paper. Always easier for me to cut from the back. Okay, I like that better, cutting those little pieces off, so I'm staying within the hexagons for these, and these break through. This needs adhesive. I found this piece. I think this was my favorite paper from Spring Medley, and this is all I have left of it. This one little piece of the granite. I have a lot of the polka dot. Maybe I need just a couple little hexagons that are of like something, like I could journal on this. I don't have that much to say, just that the girls, I think if I journal on that, that could be good. And then I could do a couple more little small hexagons because I have a bunch of this paper. So maybe I'll do that. Let me journal and put a couple of more small hexagons and see if that works for me as far as what I need to feel like this layout is done. So I'll be right back. So I added the journaling up here. I did another little journal box that said it was nice that all 6 of us were able to fit in the same honey pot. And of course, there's the inevitable gift shop at the end of the ride. I kind of like that brought that 3. I still feel like this is missing something. Maybe I need the bees after all. I don't know. Like, it's so busy. How on earth could anybody think that this needs something? But it just, like, it doesn't feel finished to me. Just feels like it needs something, and it's driving me nuts that I can't figure out what it is. I like the one B. Maybe I need a B and a B and a B. And this one doesn't, because it's got this stuff that punches out of the middle. You can't just keep punching. You got to punch and then shake the guy out. So B. Ooh, I kind of like the polka dot side of the B too. B and a B and ooh, a B down here. I think that's it. I think that's going to satisfy my need for something else, which is ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous. Oh, how I admire people that can just be like, yeah, it's fine. I'm done. But it just, I think these dark spots and that empty space up there, I don't know how this guy's going to work because it doesn't, you don't show up as well on the, there we go. All right, that's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. So this is week 32. I'm not exactly sure what we have coming up next. I feel like I have a bunch of pictures of Katie like dancing. I don't know this, you know, I did my plan at the beginning of this whole album project where I kind of sketched out what was going to go into all of these albums, but the album that just is day one of Disneyland is already getting really full, and we've got 3 more days to go, and we still have a whole bunch of things we did the first night. Part of it's because I'm doing, you know, full double page layouts for all the things, but I might have to split my album like on a day. I usually like to split it at the end of the day and start the next day with the next morning, but I'm not sure I'm gonna do. But I'll think about that, and then, like I say, I'm gonna have to be filming a few videos ahead, so I won't have any current information or, you know, new fun products to share with you for the next few weeks. I will be in Japan. If you are one of my local customers, I do have somebody tasked with emergency scrapbook needs. So if you need, you know, tape runner or page refills or something like that, emergency Adventure Parks paper or something, I will still be able to get text messages and Facebook messages and emails. So if you need something, I can hook you up. If not, you guys can order online and you'll probably get your stuff before I even get back. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will be back next week. I'll be in Japan, but you won't know. Actually, I'll be on a plane, but because I leave here Wednesday morning super early and I get to Japan on Friday afternoon. I have no idea what time that is in the US, but basically I'm not going to have a Thursday next week. But then I get to have, I think, 2 Thursdays coming back. I don't know how that works. So, but either way, I'll be here on YouTube some way or another through the magic of the internet. And I hope that you will join me again next week. Thanks a lot, and happy scrapbooking.